Hello and welcome to Laurindalandia. Today I'm going to do a reading about what people secretly admire about you but won't admit. You can choose your pile by following your intuition. It can be the pile that you are the most visually attracted to, or you can even ask in your mind, what is the pile for me? I do a personal readings, they are super affordable, and then my first link in the description. Hello, Luana. So I chose this card that says, I don't judge or criticize myself. I'm free to love who I am. And it came in reverse. What people secretly admire about you but won't say is your high standards towards yourself. You might be here a perfectionist, always trying to achieve excellence, expertise, mastery, maybe at your job, maybe in the field, maybe in the skill, or just in terms of like personality. You always trying to achieve this level of excellence. This is very interesting because you might actually like be harsh with yourself. You might actually be someone that might be harsher with themselves, like you're always trying to achieve perfection. Everything needs to be perfect, like things always need to be to the highest standard, like what you do needs to be to the highest standard, right? And this can come from an aspect that's at the end of the day is not healthy for you. You feel me? Like this might be like you feeling like that you need to be perfect. You feel like that, like maybe criticize yourself. You don't allow yourself to be like imperfect or vulnerable. Like you always have to like show up to the maximum that you can. And this might be an aspect that is unhealthy, but people secretly admire this about you because they feel like you take yourself very seriously. Like people kind of admire, even though it might not be a very healthy thing for you, like this aspect of yourself, or maybe like being harsher with yourself, being a perfectionist, always trying to like perfect things, and like you have always have to show up to 100 of your capabilities. You feel me? Even though this might not be the healthiest aspect towards yourself, people are kind of like they admire this about you because the people from the outside are seeing this like you are the best in everything that you do compared to them. You are the best at your job, you are the best in a certain field, you are the best in anything that you do. You are the best, and you take yourself seriously. You're not playing around, and people admire this about you, even though this might not be an healthy thing for you. This might have stemmed from maybe when you were younger you couldn't fail, like you couldn't make mistakes. You always had to be like almost this robot, this machine, right? And now you grew up with those internalized voice. You might be harsh on yourself because people were harsher with you. So you grew up with these internalized voices and this internalized mindset that you cannot fail. You always have to be like the best. You always have to be perfect. Some of you here might be Virgo or have strong or important, like relevant Virgo placements. You might feel this pressure to be perfect because you might like have not been given the space to be human and the space to fail, to make mistakes. And this can be, yeah, like I think is a double-edged sword in the sense that yes, it's unhealthy to you, but it also pushes you to excellence. Excellence, is it the best thing ever? No. But he also like pushes you to be the best. It's a thing, and I think that's what people admire. Like people admire the fact that you always showing up with excellence. You are the best in a room. You are the most intelligent. You are the most skilled. You are the best worker. You are the best friend. You are the best everything. You beat competition always in all fields, and this is what people admire about you. But what people don't understand is that this stems from actually pain, and this stems from the fact that you couldn't fail probably when you were younger. You couldn't make mistakes, like you needed to be perfect. You expect, like you're expected to be excellent all the time. And there might have been here dynamic that you only received love when you were excellent, and even that, like the love that you received might have been little. You might only receive a bit of love when you were excellent, so you learn that you needed to be excellent. all the time, right? And this might be very taxing on you. And again, this might not be the healthiest thing for you, and I think you know this, but on the other side of the coin, it makes you the best. Like, it pushes you to be the best. And people really admire this about you, that like you're not playing around ever. Again, you show up with excellence, you are the best in the room, you are beat out competition easily, like you are the best in anything that you do. What people secretly admire about you, go on say. Number one. Ooh. Ooh, interesting. I think also what people admire about you is that you are always the one that got away. For example, in relationships, in dynamics with people, like if you have a breakup, or if you had a breakup like romantically or with a friend, you didn't lose them, they lost you, you know? Like, you didn't lose them, you gained time and energy, you know? Like, you were never the wrong one in these breakups. You were never the one that, yeah, was in the wrong. Like, you lost nothing in these breakups. You lost nothing in walking away because you were always a better one. Like, they were the one that fumbled. They were the one that did you wrong. They, like, were not again, I'm hearing a lot of excellency. They were not as like good as you, they were not as intelligent as you, they were not as attractive as you. Like, they lost you, you didn't lose them, because you lost nothing, you feel me? They lost everything and you didn't lose anything. Like, people admire the fact that because you're always the best, like, it feels like you're never losing, even when you lose. Like, even when you go for breakups with partners or friends, or even, for example, when you quit jobs or lose a job, again, you're not losing the job or the person, because you're actually gaining something even better. They are the ones that are losing, because they'll never have someone like you ever again. Like, you were gold, like you were a rare diamond to a lot of people, places, and things, right? And yeah, people admire this about you, that even when you lose, you're not really losing, you are like actually winning. Also, people admire the fact that it feels like you can walk away easy, even if you don't feel like it, even if you feel like it takes a lot of pain, like you have to be really brave to walk away from someone or a place or an environment, right? Even if you don't feel like it, because again, people have this perception of you that you are so great that again, you're not losing anything, they are losing you, you are gaining time and energy, you feel me? People always feel like it's their loss and not yours. So people think you can walk away easily because you are always way better than them. What people secretly admire about you on site, number one. Wow. They also admire your honesty. I think, imagine, you are a person that beats out competition, that is the best in the room, honestly. You're not playing a gimmick, you're not manipulating, you're not playing games, you are truly the best. There is something very honest about you, that maybe you don't take shortcuts, you don't cheat, you don't manipulate your way through. You are super honest with what you do, and you do it the right way and the honest way, and there is no deception about you. And people really admire the fact that you are so good and it's not manipulative, like it's not a deception. You're not doing a mimic, you're not like a mimic, a gimmick. You are not a gimmick. You are really that good, and people really admire the fact that you are so like intelligent, skilled, capable, charismatic, witty, beautiful, everything. And it's like, it's truthful. It's not manipulative. It's like the reality. And people really love this about you, and they admire this about you, because they're like, oh my God, you are really that bee. You feel me? You are really that girl. You are really that person. And it's like mind-boggling to people, the fact that you are so great, and it's not a gimmick, it's the truth. What people secretly admire about you, won't say. Yeah, people really admire the fact that you can like move from difficult situations, move from like betrayal, heartbreak, breakups, all of that with ease. People feel like, even though that might not be the reality, even though you might suffer and you might cry, it might be hard for you to maybe let go of people that you love, and to go through like heartbreak and breakups and letting go, right? You can like, people feel like for you it's easy because of this idea that you're always better than them, so you're never losing. But also, I feel because you are the type of person that is always trying to show up with excellence, you might not show your vulnerability to many people. Like, you might not show your weak points because, again, we are not perfect. We always, all of us have our pitfalls and downfalls, and it's normal. So of course you also have your pitfalls and downfalls, but you might not show them to people. You might like what do you show to people might be your 100%, like your best self, your most capable self, and you might hide your vulnerability so people don't see you suffer. Basically, people don't see you sweat, so people think for you it's easy to move on, it's easy to let go. If you go for a breakup, you don't care, like you're moving forward. If you quit the job, you don't care, you're moving forward. Like, people feel it's super easy from you to move forward from difficult situations, when in reality I think is more the fact that you might not show it. Like, when you are suffering, when you are failing, when you are crying, you might keep it more to yourself, because again, we all suffer, nothing is ever completely easy. What people secretly admire about you, won't say. Oh, yeah, you're more intelligent than them. You are more intelligent than them. Yeah, I think you have a very, yeah, very bright mind, a very intelligent mind. You are super skilled. You are super capable. And honestly, people feel like intellectually inferior around you. They feel like they are not as smart as you, as witty as you, as charismatic as you. They feel like you are really the best. I'm also hearing something about mathematics. Some of you might be really good at math, and other people aren't, and like they're like really admiring your mathematics skills. But yeah, people feel very intellectually inferior around you because you might be very quick with your mind. You might come to logical conclusions very quick. You might like make like calculations in your mind very quick, and you're right. You might have a lot of knowledge, you know, a lot of different things. You also might have a lot of life experience here. In knowing what to do in many different circumstances of life. Yeah, people really admire you're intelligent, and the thing is you're not show off intelligence. Like, you're not going around saying, I'm super intelligent. No, like, you're intelligent, like it shows by how you act and what you say, but you're not arrogant at all about it. Like, you're not someone like, oh, I'm the most intelligent, let me make the decisions, let me make the rules. No, like, you don't brag about it, because I also feel like you don't fully see how intelligent you are and how much people like admire your intelligence. But people, it really shows on the way that you speak, on what you say, and how you act. It shows a high level of intelligence and integrity. What people secretly admire about you? Yeah, your strength. You are very strong to a lot of people. Like, you give the vibe of a rock, right? Uh, you may be the rock to many people. And again, it comes back to the fact that maybe you don't show your vulnerability to people. Maybe you're always trying to show up with your best self, with your 100%. Give like your best in the maximum circumstances that you can, and you might hide the moments where you fall, where you cry, where things are not working out, right? You might be afraid of showing vulnerability, so people think that you don't, that you basically, people think that you don't fall because they never see it. People think that you never fall, you never fail, you don't have your pitfalls, when in reality you do. You just might feel more comfortable in keeping it private, or only sharing with people that you really trust. What people secretly admire about you, number one. Yeah, you are a truth teller. You're not manipulative, you're not deceptive, you're telling the truth. Also, something people admire about you is, for example, sometimes you might be like giving facts about things, like imagine scientific facts, and people like don't believe you at first, but then they Google and they are like, oh, you were right. Like, how did you know this? Like, people almost want to doubt your intelligence because of how much it triggers them, because you are so intelligent. Like, people feel triggered to the fact that you are so intelligent. So imagine you saying like a scientific fact that people are like, ah, is that true? I don't know. Like, and then they Google and they see that what you said is true, and they're like, how did you know? Like, how do you know so many stuff? So this can happen to you. People might doubt like the things that you are saying, but like you are always telling the truth, and people really admire this about you, the fact that you're always telling the truth. Like, you're not a gimmick. Again, you're not saying things just to sound smart. You are smart. Also, something that people admire about you is that people feel like you can set boundaries easily. Like, you're not afraid to say, hey, I need my time. Hey, I cannot do this. Hey, like, I need to set a boundary here. You might be very good at telling people, hey, like, I can't go out tonight because I'm tired and I'm gonna go to bed. Or I cannot, like stay with you if you continue with this behavior. You might be really like front and direct about your boundaries, and it's saying like, I cannot do this anymore. So, or we change this, or I'm going. And people really admire this about you. Let me know down in the comments if you resonate with this message. If you like this video, give it a like. And if you like this content, subscribe. I do have personal readings. They are super affordable, and they're my first link in description. Bye, pile one. Hello, pile two. So I chose this card that says, I support myself when I make the right decisions for me. And it came in reverse. What people secretly admire about you is that you love yourself in all circumstances of life. When you are doing good, when you are making right decisions, and when you are not doing good, and when you are making mistakes, you really learn how to love yourself unconditionally. And I want to cry. The pile two always wants to make me want to cry. It's a very emotional pile. I think people really admire that you love yourself when things are not working out, that you love yourself when you're going through maybe healing or pain or heartbreak. Like, you support yourself and you love yourself when you are making mistakes, like when things are not good, and you don't judge yourself, you don't shame yourself, like you don't blame yourself. That's a big thing, is that you don't blame yourself for making mistakes. Okay, you might perceive that you do, but people don't see this. Like, people feel like you are super compassionate towards yourself when, yeah, things are not working out, and people really admire this about you. They find it very inspirational, the fact that um yeah, you love yourself unconditionally. And like, I think you open eyes to a lot of people, and you show them that you can also love yourself unconditionally, because I think a lot of people have the perception of conditional love, that okay, you love yourself when you're doing good in your career, you love yourself when things are working out, you love yourself when you are smart or successful, and all of this. But to truly love yourself is to love like the pain, the trauma, the failure, the pitfalls, the downfalls. That's the meaning of truly loving yourself. It's not just like loving the good parts. You also have to love the bad parts, because everything is you, right? And I think what happens a lot, the definition that we have of self love is in society overall, is that we love the things we like, and we reject, blame, shame the things that we don't like about ourselves. And you don't do that. When you cry, you allow yourself space to cry. I think that's also why I cry a lot in this pile. There is a lot of self acceptance of what is. Like, this is how you're feeling. That's okay. You're not having a great day. That's okay. If you want to cry, cry. Let's journal. Let's cry. Let's like process it. It's okay. Like, when you make a mistake, when you break like a dish, when you break something, it's okay. We are all human. Like, you're not judging or shaming yourself for your pitfalls or for not being perfect. You're not basically shaming and judging yourself for being human. There is also a vibe about you that you might laugh when you make like embarrassing mistakes. Imagine I'm getting like you walking down the streets and like maybe like falling over or tripping yourself, and you probably are someone that laughs about it, and a lot of people will be like have a lot of shame about it. Or like when you make a mistake, like when you say the wrong thing, when you say the wrong word, when you say like the wrong things, you feel me, you probably laugh about it. You probably are someone that really laughs with yourself like when you make mistakes, and this shows a lot of confidence. People see this as very confident of you, because even when you make mistakes, even when you're falling over, even when you're saying the wrong things, like you laugh about it, you find it funny. And people see this like as highly confident. Like people feel like you're never embarrassed because you accept yourself fully, and they really admire this about you. You are never like embarrassed, even in like embarrassed situations. And again, you might be, but this is how people like perceive you. People perceive you as someone that really accepts all of they are, and this really shows up as a lot of self-love and a lot of confidence. People feel like you are super confident, not because you are the best, but because you're not ashamed of yourself. You're not ashamed of being human. And but imagine, of course, you towards yourselves, you might feel shame, but this is not how people perceive you. People perceive you as super like accepting of yourself, shame free and super confident. What people secretly admire about you but won't admit. Whoa. Okay. What people secretly admire about you is that you're probably very good with your finances. Imagine, you might have been someone that didn't grow up with a lot of money. You might have been someone that, yeah, like was not given a lot of money. I don't think you had many options to make a lot of money actually. But the thing is, the little money that you made, you use it well. Like you are very good at saving. You are super financially responsible. Like it's not that you were given a lot of money or that you have a lot of money. It's the fact that you can save your money and use that money well. You're probably super good at savings or like at budgeting. Like you are super responsible with your money. This is how people feel, because people know that, for example, you don't make more than them, but they feel like you have more money than them. This is like someone having the same job as you, literally getting the same income, and they feeling broke, and they looking at you and feel like you are rich because you are wise with your money. You might also be someone, for example, if you are hanging out with someone or doing things outside with someone, you might bring your own food or your own treats to save money, right? And it's like the saving money is not in a lack mindset, is really financially responsible. You might also be someone, for example, if in this pile you go out to drink and you go to bars and you go clubbing, probably you have pre-drinks. Probably you buy like drinks before in the supermarket because it's cheaper, you feel me? I think you have those things that like you are always prepared, and you always like or like bring food or bring some sort of like thing to not spend that much money. You also probably budgeting, like you save a lot of money. This is how people feel. People feel that you are super financially responsible. And it's not that you are given a lot of money, it's not that you have a lot of money, but you are very wise with the way that you spend money. Also, some of you here might like, you might look super fashionable, okay? You might look expensive in your clothes, but you might like get your clothes secondhand, or you might upcycle or thrift. Like, you look expensive without spending the money. Like, you look very rich without actually spending all that money. I think people like, yeah, it's really funny because this will be people that have literally the same job as you, same hours, and they know how much they get, but then they look at you like they compare themselves to you, and they look at you and they're like, bro, you seem to have like way more money than me. Because I'm always like broke. I never have money, and you seem to always have money. You seem to always be good, and I think it's because you are super like financially stable, like you are super wise with your finances. You are not like overspending. Yeah, you are super resourceful. And I think this comes maybe from growing up, or like the beginning of your adult life, not having a lot of money and learning how to save money. I think you grew up in learning how to be resourceful and creative with your resources, because probably you did not have a lot and you had to make the best with what you had. Also, something that people really admire about you is this fact of you don't need a lot to make a lot. Like, this is like starting a project. I'm getting my example of for example, my YouTube, right? I started tarot literally with my phone, a cards, phone, a computer, and a dream. I don't have an expensive camera. I don't have an expensive microphone. I literally have tarot cards, my phone, and recording this. The quality is not the best. I have my computer that is not an expensive computer, a video program to edit my videos that is not expensive. And this is like the vibe that I'm getting, is that you don't need to have the fanciest clothes, the fanciest tools, the fanciest resource to make a lot out of it. And I'm really like this very interesting, because I'm getting me, like I'm getting my example as like a source of inspiration for this. Is that, yeah, I'm recording this on my phone. These like are cards that I bought like in the store. I have a computer that is quite affordable, a video editor, like a program of editing videos that is also quite affordable. And this led me to almost like 1,000 subscribers until now. And I already made like sales with my readings, like, and this is the example that I'm getting for you, is that you can make a lot, like you can make a lot of money from little money. Like you can get a lot of resources from low resources, like you are very wise in seeing what you have around you, understanding, okay, I don't need super expensive things. Like, if I want to start something, I don't need like a lot of money to begin with. I can start with what I have now. This is also giving designer vibes. Maybe you are very good at design and people really admire this about you. What people secretly admire about you but want to admit, number two. Again, is this dichotomy between bad and good? Because also in that example of money, like, it's kind of bad that you're not given a lot of money, you feel me? Like, it was kind of bad the fact that you didn't add a lot of resources, but you did so much with it, and you really learn how to be resourceful and how to save and how to be smart with your finances. Like, you did so much with so little. And this is kind of the what people admire about you, is that life was not easy for you. Things are not easy, but you literally make the best with it. And then people actually admire the fact that they think your best qualities come from this flipping of tables, comes from taking something that is not favorable, that is not pleasant, that is painful, that is hurtful, that is not easy to go through, and you turn it around and you make it work in your favor. Like, you are very good at perspective shifts on taking something that is undesirable, taking something that is not helping you, is dragging you down, you feel me? Like, is making your life actively more difficult, and you turn it work in your favor. And it's not by avoiding it or by rejecting it, it's actually by working with it. So people really admire this. It's a very wise, tactful, people almost feel that you are super tactful, like you have tactic with life. Like, life gives you lemons, you make lemonade, you feel me? Life gives you something that is not good, and you make with the thing that is not good something good. Like, you turn coal into gold, like you turn something undesirable into something great. And people really admire this about you, and they are like mind boggled of how you do this. They have no idea how you always keep turning things around. It's like life is giving you bad things, right? Life is giving you challenges, obstacles, and you literally thrive in these challenges of obstacles. You literally use these rocks that are being thrown at you as your stepping stones. What people secretly admire about you but won't admit, number two. Yeah, you also a person that people love being around you. You are super great vibe to be around because again, it's not that you have a lot, like people don't need a lot to be with you also, like people don't need like expensive dinners to have fun with you, people don't need like a lot of money to be with you. You are so good at taking simple things in life and turning it around. This is like you guys not having a lot of money to hang out with a friend, right? Or to go on a date. And you literally like buy things in the supermarket in discount and go to this beautiful park and have a picnic and you guys have a blast. Like have the best time ever, like low budget. This is giving living your best life, low budget style. Like people have so much fun with you with so little because of your vibe. I also think you are like a super, again, is this dichotomy, is this polarity of sad and happy, of like pain and gratitude, like is the fact that you are a super enjoyable, fun person to be around, but at the same time you come to it with a deep story, you feel me, you come with the wisdom, you come with like trauma dumping, like you come like with that vulnerability and that intensity that make people feel so connected with you. And at the same time you are super fun, like I think you are super funny, super fun to be around. Again, you don't get embarrassed, like you are like, yeah, you are out there just living your life. I think you are a super fun person to be around and a lot of people love to be around you. um you might even be here a lone wolf, you might have a lot of people that want to be around you and you're like, hey, I don't have time for everyone, like calm down. um but yes, people admire the fact that everyone flocks to you. You are super fun friends, super good friends. People love being around you. People want to be around you. That's a thing. Like in a room, people want to talk with you. Like people feel genuinely attracted to you and they feel really safe with you because again, you bring that emotional depth, that vulnerability that makes people feel really connected with you and makes people feel very that they are like your true friend. They like the fact that you are capable of being vulnerable is something that people feel super connected with you. People feel they can connect deeply with you, like emotionally. But then also you are super fun, super funny, super vibes. Like you don't need a lot to make a lot, like no stress. We don't need a fancy dinner. We don't need an expensive cafe, we just need a couple of cookies and chips and the park, a couple of cookies and chips and like a cheap wine from the supermarket and a vibe or a balcony, we just need that. We don't need to spend a lot of money to have fun. We don't need to have a lot to have fun because I'm getting on this image of the three of cups, like they are outside and imagine they are surrounded by abundance, but this abundance is like abundance of nature, you feel me, like these are things that are found in nature, these like fruits, but it's like it's really giving this abundance that is found everywhere. It's giving romanticizing the little things instead of like wishing, I wish I had more money for this, I wish we could go to this very fancy restaurant or this very fancy hotel or whatever. Is about, okay, what can we do with what we have? Okay, this amount of money that we have, let's go, let's have a ball with like the $15 that we have, and there's something very beautiful about this pile too. Like, wow, like you're such a vibe to be around. Like people have the best time with you, like in a park, in a forest, in a bench, like the best time of their lives. Let me know down in the comments if you resonate with this message. If you like this video, give it a like. And if you like this content, subscribe. I do have personal readings. They are super affordable. And they're my first link in the description. By Pal 2. Hello, Pal Free. So I chose this card that says, every time that I meditate or I do a therapeutic visualization, I connect with people like me all over the world. What people secretly admire about you is your mindful practices. You might be someone that likes to meditate, maybe do yoga, visualize, manifest, journal, make vision boards, and people really admire this about you. They love this. It's giving equality. about you. They love this side of you. They really admire the fact that you pursue like self-care and mindfulness, even if it's not like accepted by society. These might be people that are like, they might think spirituality is weird, or the mental health is not real, or like, this is giving the type of people that are like, depression is not real. This is like that mindset that is giving. So people very really admire the fact that you look after yourself and after your mental health, even if it's not accepted by society. Even if you are, when you are doing yoga or meditating, people are like, what are you doing? Or like when you are manifesting or journaling, people are like calling you crazy, like, do you think that will come true? And then it comes true. I think also people really admire your manifestation capabilities. Some of you like might journal about what you want, might do like uh, vision boards, say out loud, manifest. And it really happens, and people really admire this about you. Yeah, there is very this spiritual, mindful, hippie vibe to you that people really admire, and this might be in stark contrast to the ones around you. Might live in an environment that like doesn't believe in like meditation or mental health or spirituality. Like they might not believe it. They find that, oh, that's like new age stuff, or like, that's not beneficial, that's not true. So the people really admire that you still dedicate yourself to like mindful practices or spirituality, even if it's not accepted by society, even if you are judged by the ones around you. And also, like, people secretly admire that you can bring people together this way. You might be like, in your community there might not be a lot of people that are into mindfulness. So for example, when you do your meditations, you might like have people like, hey, can I meditate with you or do yoga with you? I want to join you in these practices. So you can build this little community, like people flock to you. So people admire this about you but won't admit. And the reason why they won't admit is because these people judge mindful practice. So they admire the fact that you dedicate yourself to self care and to mindfulness, but they have that internal bias that does not allow them to admit, because they judge mindful practice. Because this is are giving the type of people that are like, mental health is not real, like depression is not real. This is what is giving people that disregard like mental health and don't take it seriously as, for example, physical health. But low-key, they admire this about you. Low-key, they wish they were more like you, but they just are unwilling to admit it. What people secretly admire about you but won't admit. Feel free. Yeah. Also, you might have been someone that has changed a lot throughout the years. You might change a lot, like your personality, or how you show up in your world, like your artistry, your fashion, your styles, your creativity, what you do. You might have be someone that, yes, has changed a lot, especially maybe when they were younger. Maybe when you were younger, because you might grow up in a very like more conservative community, might have been like everyone else because you were like pushed into this box. And the more you grew up, maybe you become more artistic, more individual, like you maybe show your artistry more and your creativity more, for your personality, for your clothing, for your fashion, for your hobbies, for what you do, right? So people admire the fact that you really evolved into someone that is authentic to yourself and you're not trying to be like everyone else. And they admire the fact that you're always changing, like they feel like they don't know what you're going to do next. They feel like they don't know what you're going to look like in the future. And they really admire this about you. They feel like you have an exciting life because of this. And they are kind of like on the edge of their seats, like, ooh, what they're going to do next. What people secretly admire about you, won't say it. I'm gonna free. You are giving a very free spirited, not like everyone else vibe. what I'm getting here is that your community might be very focused with structure, societally rules, societal expectations, making money, have a 9 to 5, have like a certain lifestyle, and you are way more free spirited, and people really admire this about you. Maybe you don't have a 5 year plan. Everyone around you has a 5 year plan of what they're gonna do, and maybe you don't. Maybe you're going with the flow. Maybe you are discovering yourself. Maybe you're exploring yourself. You feel me? And people admire this about you but won't admit. Actually, I think you even get like this response with people. The people are looking at you, what do you mean you don't have a 5 year plan? What do you mean you don't know what you're going to do in 5 years or where you're going to be in 5 years? Like, you need to know. People might project this onto you, but honestly, deep down, they admire that your freedom. They admire the fact that you are so free. They are boxed in this lifestyle that they need to live, right? These people that admire and judge you at the same time, low-key admiration, like out-key, like what they project outwards is more judgment, but secretly they admire you. Because imagine, these people are stuck to a plan. They are not free. They have a 5 year plan, 10 year plan. They are like, they can see their life 5 years ahead, right? And they basically don't allow themselves space to just be free and explore and go with the flow and see where the wind takes them, right? Because they don't have the safety or the courage to live that lifestyle. But you do. Like, people, you might feel judged by this, but it's because people secretly admire it, honestly. The fact that maybe you don't have a plan. Maybe you're like, yeah, I don't know where I'm going to be next year. I don't know what I want in 5 years. I don't know what I want for the rest of my life. And that's okay. I'm exploring. I'm a free human, I'm free spirited. It's okay to not have everything figured out. Also, what people secretly admire about you is that you're not overly concerned with money. Of course, money is important. It is important to we need money to survive, we need a house, we need to feed ourselves, of course, but you're not the person that is greedy. Again, these people are like super concerned of money, income, status. Like, I need to make more money, I need to be rich, I need to have a mansion, I need to have a sports car. Like, I need these things because these things determine who I am and determine my value and my worth and my ego, right? And you are not stuck to that. Again, you probably have like financial stability, you probably have a good home, like you probably have like money to, like, of course, to feed yourself. You have money, but you are not overly concerned with money. You're not trying to make more money. All of your life focus is not focus like all of your life purpose is not focused in being rich, right? And people really admire this about you, the fact that you are content and happy with not pursuing like the capitalist dream, right? With not wanting to live that impossible capitalist dream. Okay, impossible, um low chance of possibility of be a millionaire or billionaire or whatever, having a mansion, having sports cars. Like, you're not overly consumed by it. I think you're actually more focused on your own fulfillment and satisfaction and like that inner journey. I think you are more focused in that, again, mindful spiritual journey of fulfilling yourself, discovering yourself, like healing your inner child type things. Again, I think what people admire about you is that what everyone wants is not what you want. What everyone aspires to have and what everyone is happy with, that is a 9 to 5, the big income working for like a corporate job, the family, the house, the kids. That might not be something that satisfies you. That might not be something that brings that's like the fulfillment that you're looking for. And like, people really admire that deep down you're following your compass and you're making decisions for you, and because it satisfies you even if they are unconventional and even if nobody understands it. Because imagine, people feel like you are happy now, like these people are like, when I have the money, when I have the house, when I have the car, then I'm gonna be happy. And then people look at you and they're like, you are pursuing happiness now. You might not be fully happy now, but you are making an effort to pursue happiness now. You're not saying, when I have this income that probably I may not ever have, or when I have this house that probably I'll never have, like this mansion, when I have these sports cars that probably I'll never have, then I'm going to be happy. No, I think you realize that happiness is found within. You might not be fully content right now or happy right now, but you are actively searching for it now. This can be for mindful practices, spirituality, meditation, yoga, like diving into your passions, healing your inner child. Like, you're putting an effort to be happy now. What people secretly admire about you but won't admit. Number 3. Again, I think a lot of you are in this healing journey, in this mental health journey, and you're not escaping or avoiding your problems. You are not escaping or avoiding your trauma, your anxiety, your fears. You are facing them. The way out is through. You can only overcome something if you feel it, if you process it, if you face it, right? You are not in escapisms. And I think people really admire this about you, because I think a lot of people are using this fantasy, this capitalist fantasy of, yes, if I work really hard, one day I'm going to have a mansion, and one day I'm going to have sports cars, and I'm going to have the beautiful partner, I'm going to have beautiful babies, and that day I'm going to be happy. That's kind of sort of an escapism. Like this, that is living in fantasy. You feel me? Like, that is escaping the pain that you feel right now, saying that, okay, I'm in pain now, but when I have all of this, I'm going to be happy. When one, having all of that, low chance. Not impossible, very low chance. Second, even if you have everything, all the money in the world, all the mansion, like your dream cars, your dream house, your dream partner, your dream children, everything, you still feel the same, because things don't change. The way that you feel doesn't change by how much you have, how much you own, how much you have accomplished. Things change within, by you feeling the pain, processing the trauma, facing the trauma, You change your inner state to happiness by feeling the pain first. And I think that's what you're doing right now. Like, people really admire this about you, that you're not escaping your problems or escaping your pain, escaping your trauma. You are facing it. You probably, like, in meditation, journaling about it, feeling it. Probably a lot of you are going to therapy, you feel me? You're not actively escaping it. You're actually making an effort to face it, because this is what is going to bring you the happiness and fulfillment that you're looking for. What people secretly admire about you, I won't say. Yeah, you are protecting your peace. You are setting your boundaries, and it is working. I think what people secretly admire about you also is that you don't need people to be fulfilled or happy, or to fulfill yourself. You feel me? Like, you don't need people to be successful. You don't need people to win. And again, your version of success is very different from these people, because again, these people think success is a mansion, sport car, perfect partner, perfect children, all of that, right? I'm hearing the American dream. This is what people think success is. But your version is success super different than them. Your version of success is inner fulfillment, inner happiness, a joyful life. You feel me? You enjoying the present right now. And imagine, people admire, and they know this is the truth. They know this is the right thing. Like, they look at you and they're like, you are right, but they aren't willing to admit that, because to admit that is to basically break the fantasy. They could never admit the fact that you are right. You are doing the right thing. That is what is going to bring you happiness. You are super right. Because them admitting that is breaking their escapisms, is breaking the crutch that they are using to survive, basically, to be able to escape their pain and to be able to escape their problems. They are using this scratch of, when I have all of this, I'm going to finally be happy, when deep down they know it's not true. deep down they look at you and they're like, you are right. And people admire the fact that, yeah, you are right. You are right, even if people judge you, even if it's unconventional. Yeah, like, even if you are standing alone in it, you are doing the right thing and you are right. Let me know down in the comments if you resonate with this message. If you like this video, give it a like. And if you like this content, subscribe. I do have personal readings. They are super affordable and they have my first link in the description. Buy free.